I became a girl for my best friend. Ethan had never been one to step out of his comfort zone, let alone wear a dress. But when his best friend Jake came to him in a state of absolute panic, he found himself in a situation he couldn't refuse. Jake, who had been obsessing over his crush, Emma, for months, had finally secured a double date with her. There was just one problem. Jake had promised Emma that he had a girlfriend, but in reality, he was very much single. "I don't know why I said it," Jake groaned, pacing back and forth in Ethan's living room. "It just came out when she asked, and now she's bringing her best friend, which means I need someone to play my girlfriend. I'm screwed." Ethan leaned back on the couch, arms crossed, half amused by the mess Jake had gotten himself into. "Can't you just tell her the truth?" Jake stopped pacing and gave Ethan a look of pure desperation. "No way. This is my one chance to impress Emma. If I tell her I lied now, it's over. Please, Ethan, you've got to help me. You're the only person I trust with this." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "Help you how exactly?" Jake bit his lip, glancing around nervously before blurting out, "You could be my girlfriend, just for one night." Ethan's jaw dropped. "You're kidding, right? There's no way I could pull that off." "I'm not asking for a miracle," Jake pleaded. "Just a couple of hours. I've already told Emma that my girlfriend is shy, so you won't have to talk much. We'll do a simple makeover, and no one will know. It's perfect." Ethan hesitated, his mind racing. This was insane. He was a regular teenage boy with zero experience pretending to be someone's girlfriend. But as he looked at Jake, who was practically on the verge of tears, he sighed. Jake had been there for him countless times, and maybe, just maybe, this could be a strange way to return the favor. "Fine," Ethan muttered reluctantly. "I'll do it." Jake's face lit up in relief. "You're the best, Ethan. I promise it won't be that bad. We'll keep it simple." Ethan wasn't so sure, but the decision had been made. Chapter 2. The Makeover. The next day, Ethan sat in front of a mirror at Jake's house, a sense of dread settling in. Jake had brought out his older sister's makeup kit and a bag of clothes, and Ethan was about to be transformed into a girl for the first time. "This is going to be fun," Jake said with a grin, holding up a dress. "I'm actually pretty good at this. My sister taught me a few things." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "Good at what?" "Turning people into girls." Jake laughed. "Well, more like makeup tips. Trust me, no one will suspect a thing. You'll be the perfect girlfriend." Ethan wasn't convinced. "I'm just saying, if I look ridiculous, I'm backing out." Jake waved him off. "You won't. Now hold still." The next hour was a whirlwind. Jake applied foundation, eyeliner, and mascara with surprising precision. Ethan, feeling completely out of his element, tried to stay still as Jake worked his magic. When makeup was done, Jake added a wig, long and brunette, like Emma's, and handed Ethan the dress. "All right, here's the moment of truth," Jake said, holding up the outfit. "Put this on and we'll see the final result." Ethan hesitated, eyeing the dress with suspicion. It was a simple floral summer dress, nothing too revealing, but still, it was a dress. Swallowing his pride, he stepped into it and let Jake zip it up. When Ethan finally looked at himself in the mirror, he was stunned. He didn't see the awkward teenage boy he'd been moments before. He saw a girl. The makeup softened his features, the wig framed his face, and the dress, well, it fit a little too well. "Wow," Jake said, taking a step back to admire his work. "You look amazing." Ethan blinked at his reflection, unsure of how to feel. It was unsettling, but at the same time, there was something strangely intriguing about the transformation. He had to admit, Jake had done a pretty good job. "This is crazy," Ethan muttered, touching his face lightly. Jake grinned. "But it works. Now, let's go knock this date out of the park." Chapter 3. The Double Date. The restaurant was small and intimate, the kind of place where couples sat close together and shared quiet conversations. As Ethan and Jake walked in, Ethan felt his heart racing. Dressed as a girl, he was hyper-aware of every move he made, the way the heels clicked against the floor, the swish of the dress around his legs. He prayed that no one would notice the truth. They spotted Emma and her friend, Maddie, seated at a table near the window. Emma waved them over with a bright smile, and Jake gave Ethan a quick, reassuring glance. "Just stay calm," he whispered. "Remember, you're my shy girlfriend." Ethan nodded, his stomach doing flips as they approached the table. "Hey, Emma," Jake greeted her with a big smile. "This is my girlfriend, Emily." Ethan managed a small wave, mumbling a quiet, "Hi." The name Emily was part of Jake's plan, but hearing it directed at him was still jarring. Emma beamed at them both. "It's so nice to finally meet you, Emily. Jake's told me so much about you." Maddie, Emma's best friend, gave Ethan a curious look but smiled warmly. "Yeah, I've been dying to meet the girl who stole Jake's heart." Ethan blushed involuntarily, the compliment catching him off guard. He wasn't used to being on the receiving end of such attention, and the feeling was both flattering and disorienting. He sat down beside Jake, trying to keep his head low. But as the evening progressed, he found himself relaxing more than he expected. At first, Ethan stuck to his she-girlfriend role, letting Jake do most of the talking. But as the night wore on, something changed. The conversation flowed naturally, and Ethan found himself laughing at Jake's jokes, making small comments, and even engaging with Maddie and Emma. The more he played the part, the more comfortable he felt. At one point, Maddie leaned over to him and whispered, "You and Jake are so cute together. You're such a natural couple." Ethan's heart skipped a beat. Her words sent a strange warmth through him, and for the first time that night, he wasn't just pretending. Something about being Emily, about being Jake's girlfriend, felt natural in a way he hadn't anticipated. Chapter 4, Realizations. As the double date came to an end, Ethan couldn't shake the feeling of how smoothly everything had gone. The evening had been filled with laughter, inside jokes, and an undeniable chemistry between the four of them. To his surprise, he had enjoyed playing the role of Jake's girlfriend far more than he expected. On the walk home, Ethan couldn't help but reflect on the experience. He had thought the makeover would be awkward, embarrassing even, but instead, it had opened his eyes to something he hadn't considered before. He wasn't just playing a part, he had felt comfortable, even confident, as Emily. Jake glanced over at him, breaking the silence. "You were amazing tonight. I couldn't have pulled it off without you." Ethan smiled softly. "Yeah, I guess it went better than I thought." Jake hesitated for a moment, then added, "You know, you didn't just look the part, you really played it." For a while there, it felt like we were actually together. Ethan's heart raced again, this time for a different reason. Jake's words struck a chord deep inside him, one he hadn't expected. Playing the girlfriend had felt more natural than being himself ever had. "I know what you mean," Ethan admitted quietly. It wasn't just pretending. It kind of felt real. Jake looked at him thoughtfully, a small smile forming on his lips. "Maybe it doesn't have to be just pretend." Ethan glanced at him, a mixture of confusion and hope swirling in his chest. Could it be that this double date, this strange favor, had uncovered something deeper between them? Something real? As they walked into the night, Ethan realized that this experience had opened a door he hadn't known existed, and he wasn't sure he wanted to close it.